Well, it's Friday, time to check in on the road with our founder of Crossroads, David Mainse, on his Thank You Canada tour. Dad, where are you today?
I am in the beautiful town of Goderich, Ontario. This is where Bill Bray, who's there in the studio with me, just informed me you could see a sunset twice. One right down at the harbor, Lake Huron, and then beat it up to the top of the cliff, and you can see a sunset twice. It's Goderich, and it's a great and beautiful town.
All right, and we normally try to Skype with you so we can see you, but I guess didn't quite find that signal there this morning.
I'm right across from the park. It's a circle that goes right around the middle City Hall, the cenotaph, a beautiful gazebo out there where they perform in the summertime, but the signal somehow wouldn't come through. I was going to show everybody a picture of downtown Goderich.
Oh. Well, we had to fall back to that older technology called the telephone, but that's okay. We can still hear from you and find out what's been happening maybe over the last week.
Well, I've been at a number of communities here in southwestern Ontario. Stratford, Wednesday night, and it was quite an opportunity. I actually saw a library book there that Justin Bieber had taken out from the church library. Saw his name on the card.
Oh, yeah. So that was his home church. We see some video of you greeting some people there in Stratford that came to see you.
Okay, and then, of course, last night, Thursday night here in Goderich, and then we're going on to Wingham, pastors meeting at noon today, and then tonight, the public meeting in Wingham, and then we're back again starting Tuesday of next week, and we're into the month of March, so we're going to march forward with our Thank You Canada tour.
All right, and it is kind of an informal gathering. We saw in the video there, you just have a chance to meet people one-on-one, and then there's kind of an open forum, town hall type of setting, and people can ask you questions and you can share kind of what's on your heart, and it's kind of a neat format there, Dad.
Yes, it is, and of course last night we had the usual questions about the on-air personnel, and but one of the questions been coming ever since Wednesday morning was the questions about the Circle Square Ranch and the changes there. Very positive changes. The ranches are going forward full steam this coming summer, and so thousands of children, once again, teenagers, parents, grandparents, get in there and get your children to Circle Square Ranch.
That's right, and the website is csranch.ca. You can find out all of the latest news of what we announced earlier this week. Well, let's look ahead into the next number of events that you'll be. I'll have it come up on the screen for everyone to see. Make sure you can come out and see David Mainse. Tonight, Friday, Maitland River Community Church in Wingham, and so you can catch up with them there. Tuesday of next week, Bethel Temple in Tillsonburg, and then Wednesday, March 2nd, St. Paul's Presbyterian in Simcoe. All right, so he's making his way around southwestern Ontario. And then Thursday, Church of the Epiphany in Woodstock, Ontario, and then off to Ingersoll next Friday, Trinity United Church. Okay, and all the full schedule is online at crossroads.ca as well, and I hope you'll get out and see Dad there. He'd love to see you, that's for sure. Any other thoughts before we say goodbye, Dad?
Yes, well, it's snowing here right now, actually. It's kind of a miserable weather-wise, but I'm not miserable, and neither is George. My friend George just brought me a coffee here, and it is a good coffee. I can recommend something called Coffee Culture. The other thing I want to say, Ron, is that we were all so deeply saddened to hear that our beloved Jim Candelon, who may have been on there with you and Moira, his son-in-law in Zambia, Africa, was just killed earlier this week. And so to the Candelon family, and then to Rob Hall's mom and dad, who are our dear, dear friends in Ottawa. The Halls, pastor up there for many years in a Baptist church, very active in the Watchmen for the Nations movement. And my prayers are with the entire family, and of course with Kate and the children, who I understand are on their way back home here to Canada now from Africa. With the body of Rob, and you know, the human life can have some very, very sad moments, but as the scripture says, we do not sorrow as those who have no hope. We have a hope. He was in an agricultural project and putting, I understand, a metal roof on a shed, and when the grinder kind of blew up somehow. And unfortunately, out in those countries, often the equipment is old and it's not well maintained. But we have a hope. We have a hope for the future. And so, Ron, I want to end in a positive note, and thank you again for your promotion of the Thank You Canada Tour.
All right. Well, thanks, Dad. Good checking in with you. And yes, our prayers continue to go out to the Cantillon and the Hall family at this very difficult time. And Jim is expected to be back in the studio at some point next week, God willing, and he'll have a chance to share personally with you, our viewers. So thanks, Dad. God bless you out there on the road, and we'll stay in touch.
Now there are even more ways to join the 100 Huntley Street online community. We'd love to hear from you, so stay in touch with us.